I bet you didn't know how easy it was to buy a house for zero down in 2024. Well, I'm gonna show you 10 different ways, and at least 5 of them will have you wondering why you've never heard of them anywhere else. Number 1, the USDA Loan Program provides a government-backed, no-money down loan that has no strict minimum credit score eligibility requirements, and you'll find that interest rates are lower than they are at the big banks. The purpose of this loan is to support middle to lower income home buyers in less densely populated areas, promoting growth and sustainability outside of major cities. It's easy and super fast to check if you and a particular area qualifies on the USDA's eligibility map. Stay with me until the end and I'll give you a free copy of my complete zero down kit with this eligibility website and everything else that you need to buy a house with zero down in 2024. But before I continue, I need you to smash that subscribe button. Hit the like button too. If you want to get better at investing in real estate, you need to make sure you're subscribed to Epic for housing market updates, creative financing strategies, and the occasional crazy but useful real estate story. Number 2, this is an FHA financing option offering 100% financing through their zero down Naka program, where a minimum 680 credit score is required, but a down payment is not. And it's open to both first-time and repeat buyers. There aren't any income limits, and if you don't have the credit score for it, the program allows non-occupying co-borrowers to help you qualify. The program does require you purchase a primary residence with the loan, but this can be your investing launchpad. After a year, you can start looking for a new home and turn this one into a rental when you find it. Or use the loan for up to 4 units right away as long as you live in one of them, and then you can rent out the other 3. Now, the number 4 and 5 zero down strategies have no buyer requirements at all. But first, let's do number 3. This loan program stands out for its aggressive approach to providing affordable housing solutions without requiring a down payment or closing costs, and for its advocacy for economic justice in housing. I'm talking about the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America program, or Naka Program for short. And its key features are no down payment, no closing costs, and no private mortgage insurance. And get this, if you have a Section 8 voucher, you can use it as qualifying income. The interest rates are even below market rates, but applicants are required to attend a home buyer workshop and individual counseling sessions to prepare for home ownership. And if all that though weren't good enough, there are no specific income or credit score requirements other than you being able to prove you will and have the ability to pay. All the details are in the zero down kit that I'll give you at the end of the video. And if the first 3 zero down strategies that I just shared don't feel like a good fit for you, no worries. I've got 7 more. And the last 3 will have you thinking, why didn't I do this sooner? Now, number 4 is a non-traditional loan where you aren't required to talk to the government or a bank at all because the seller of your property assumes the role of the bank and will accept payments from you. This is known as seller financing, and it's a form of creative financing that I've used to purchase the majority of my investment properties over the last 17 years. Here's how it works. You and the seller agree on the purchase price, the interest rate, the repayment schedule, and the other loan conditions. And this often does include a down payment, but not always. Everything is negotiable, and because there are no banks involved, the terms of the loan are very flexible. As long as you and the seller agree, anything goes. You will then sign a promissory note to the seller, just like you would if a bank were involved. And this note, it outlines the loan's terms, including the amount borrowed and the payment schedule. I included a copy of the note that I use in the zero down kit that I'll give you in just a minute. The loan, it's usually secured with a deed of trust or mortgage, which gives the seller a claim against the property, just as a bank would have, in the event you default on the loan. But as long as you make your payments on time to the seller, it's just your normal everyday real estate transaction. All you gotta do is ask the seller for it when you make your offer. And it's not as rare as you think. Here, look on Zillow. By typing in seller financing into your search criteria, you'll see many sellers in your area offering it right up front. Zero down strategy number 5. And this is another non-traditional way to purchase a house, where you buy a property subject to the existing mortgage, referred to as subject to. And it also falls into the category of creative financing. In its simplest explanation, you as the buyer would take over the payments of the seller's existing mortgage so you don't have to go out and get new financing. Sometimes the seller wants a down payment, but many times not. Just like when I bought this house right here with zero down. And I did this on Zoom while a group of my private clients watched. They're all a part of the Creative Closers Club, where they learn how to, as well as buy property this way. If you'd like to join us to do the same, you can find all of the details at creativeclosersclub.com. So who said you can't buy houses with no money? And we're only halfway through the list. And if you don't feel you've yet found the perfect strategy for you, stay with me because the last 3, anyone can do. Number 6. This is a type of short-term loan that is granted more on the merit of your deal than it is on the quality of your credit score or the income that you earn. And I'm talking about hard money, where you will find higher interest rates and typically a term that doesn't exceed 2 years, so really short terms. Because this loan, it's ideal for fixing up property to flip, but it can be a strategic way to get ownership of the right house and then give you some time to arrange for more permanent financing. Your job here for this strategy to work without a down payment is to find a killer deal below market value. If you're subscribed to the channel, you already know a ton of ways to do this. Number 7 is something called a debt service coverage ratio loan, or a DSCR loan for short. And like hard money, it too is based on the merit of your deal, but specifically on your property's income potential. It's ideal for investment properties and there's no personal income verification needed. The better the deal you find, the less money you'll need to qualify, all the way to 0 down. Now, here are the 3 that you've been waiting for. Number 8, 9, and 10 are not necessarily 0 down loans, but they are really low money down loans. And stick with me and I'll show you how to pull off all 3, turning them into 0 down. Number 8, this is your standard FHA loan that requires as little as 3.5% down. That's it. Even if your credit score is less than perfect. And get this, if you filed bankruptcy or have been foreclosed on, you're not necessarily disqualified. They have a fix for that. Number 9, the conventional 97 mortgage. This is a viable option to the FHA program that requires as little as 3% down. And although it is a first-time homebuyer program, it just means that at least one of the borrowers hasn't owned a home in the last 3 years. But get this, the lender has the ability to waive this requirement altogether. Number 10, this is the Home Ready loan. It's a Fannie Mae program only requiring 3% down. It's designed to help credit-worthy, low to moderate income borrowers with lower down payments and flexible funding options. So if any of these last 3 can work for you, how do you come up with the 3 to 3.5% down payment to turn them into truly 0 down, no money due at closing loans? There are several ways, and I'm going to show you some right now. But if you need more details on how to make them work, I put more in the 0 down kit that I prepared for you. So let me run through these real quickly and then I'll give you the link to the free kit. The FHA loan, conventional 97 mortgage, and Home Ready loan all come with their own flexible funding options that nobody talks about. And it's a shame because with just one of them, or a combination of any or all of them, you can reduce your down payment and closing costs all the way down to 0. So the first is a family gift, and it's just like it sounds. A family member can gift you up to $16,000 without triggering a taxable event. But each loan program may impose a smaller limit. The second flexible funding option is a grant offered by the government, nonprofit organizations, and housing finance agencies. You can start very easily researching available grant programs through local housing authorities, HUD's website, nonprofits, and lenders that specialize in affordable housing, and then just apply. I put some links for these in the 0 down kit too. Third, and this is a very viable and readily available funding option most overlook. You see, there are a number of federal, state, and local down payment assistance programs that are available to turn any one of these programs into a truly 0 down loan. While the specific benefits and requirements of these programs can vary, they are undoubtedly a legitimate option for those looking to buy a home with limited upfront funds. Now, this fourth option is my favorite, and that is just to ask the seller to pay for it. These are called seller concessions. With each of the loan programs that we've covered, the seller can cover up to 6% of the sales price in closing costs for the buyer. Now, market conditions will dictate a seller's willingness to comply, but all you got to do is ask. Put it in your offer to purchase. And all the seller can say is no. Or what you'll most commonly find is that the seller comes back with a counteroffer of 3 or 4%, which can be thousands of dollars that aren't coming out of your pocket. If you'd like a complete playbook for all of these 0 down solutions, along with the pros and cons, the strategies and how they work, and the resource links to save you from hours of research, I put it all together for you in this free 0 down kit, and I made it easy and uploaded it for you at zerodownkit.com. Now that you have a clearer view of how to buy a house with 0 down in 2024, I want to help you make your first $100,000 in real estate using these strategies and more. That's exactly why I made this video for you right here that'll show you how to do that. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.